नई दिल्ली के प्रतिष्ठित भारत मंडपम में शनिवार से आयोजित नई दिल्ली वर्ल्ड बुक फेयर 2026 के दौरान साहित्य प्रेमियों के लिए एक विशेष शाम का आयोजन किया गया। इस अवसर पर अनेक्डोट पब्लिशिंग हाउस ने हॉल नंबर 6 स्टॉल नंबर V29 में अपने शानदार स्टॉल पर 2 नई पुस्तकों का विमोचन किया। प्रकाशक ने लेखक संजना कन्मरलापुडी की पुस्तक ए कोल्ड होल्ड और लेखिका रीनीता मल्होत्रा वोहरा की कृति वर्मिलियन हार्वेस्ट को पाठकों के सामने पेश किया। ये कार्यक्रम केवल पुस्तकों के विमोचन तक ही सीमित नहीं था, बल्कि यह लेखकों के जुनून, दृढ़ता और उनके उद्देश्य का एक जीवंत उत्सव बन गया। पुस्तक विमोचन समारोह के दौरान उपस्थित जनसमूह को संबोधित करते हुए प्रकाशक ने गुणवत्तापूर्ण पठन के प्रति अपनी प्रतिबद्धता दोहराई और लेखकों की रचनात्मक यात्रा की सराहना करी। इस कार्यक्रम में साहित्य जगत की कई जानी मानी हस्तियां और पुस्तक प्रेमी उपस्थित रहे, जिन्होंने संजना और रीनीता के लेखन कौशल और उनकी कहानियों की गहराई की प्रशंसा की। अनेक्डोट पब्लिशिंग हाउस ने इस बात पर जोर दिया कि विश्व पुस्तक मेले जैसे अंतर्राष्ट्रीय मंच पर इन पुस्तकों का आना भारतीय साहित्य के बढ़ते प्रभाव का प्रतीक है। आइए देखते हैं टोटल खबरें के वरिष्ठ संवाददाता राजेश खन्ना की लेखकों के साथ बातचीत की यह विशेष रिपोर्ट में।
नमस्कार, टोटल खबर में आपका स्वागत है। मैं हूं आपके राजेश खन्ना। टुडे द वर्ल्ड बुक हैज बीन लॉन्च्ड एंड इन दिस वर्ल्ड बुक देयर आर द मेनी बुक्स आर लॉन्च्ड with our smallest writer. Her name is what's her name, please?
Sanjana Kanabaraguri.
Yeah, she's Sajina. Sajina, you have how many books you have written here?
I have written 10 books between the ages of 8 and 16.
What today you are launching the book? What's the name of the book?
This book is called A Cold Hood. And it is about a young girl who lives in a boarding school, but she has a mental illness called schizophrenia, which causes audio and visual hallucinations. So she starts to see shadows. Shadows become reflections, and reflections become ghosts, which eventually leaves her with a pretty big mystery to solve and maybe some love to find.
Okay, you are a very smallest and the younger. So how inspired you to write this book?
I was a very avid reader from a very young age, and I'm an only child, which means that I was always left to entertain myself while my parents were away at work. And when I was younger, my dad used to travel back and forth between India and Singapore a lot, and he used to always bring back comic books for me to read, and I spent all my free time reading those. At the age of 6, around 5 or 6, I started writing stories on paper, and then around the age of 8, I started to learn how to type my stories on the laptop. The same year that I started learning how to use the laptop, Jeff Kinney, who is the author of the Diary of the Wimpy Kid series, actually visited my school. I watched him give an author's talk and do a book signing, and I decided there that I wanted to publish and that I wanted to do this as well.
So, okay. Sanjana, when you going to write the book, when you are preparing the book, so how content you gather? First you think, first you get the details of it. Please explain.
For this book specifically, I think my process was very different to my previous books, because with my previous books, when I used to get the idea, I used to start the first draft immediately. With this book, I spent at least 2 months planning the plot, the characters, and the story. When I first got the idea for the book, it was very late at night at my Nana Nani's house in Mumbai, and maybe 9 o'clock in the night, I got the idea, and I was awake until maybe 2 in the morning, writing down the first initial ideas for the book. That was maybe June of 24, and I started the first draft in August of 24, finished it by July, August 25, and then began the editing process and publishing process after that.
How many pages of this book?
This book is approximately 340 pages.
Okay. So are you going to plan for the write the next book, or how if the people want to buy your book or want to take home, so from where they get this book?
This book can be found in multiple bookstores across India. It can be found in Tidal Wave. It can be found in other bookstores as well. It's going to be found in more bookstores in the future, and it can be found on Amazon India as well.
Thank you, Vidyut Thakur. Thank you, Vidyut Thakur. She is the Sanjana. और आपने सुना कि किस तरह से जो है कि एक छोटी उम्र में जो है कि बच्चे ने जो है कि बुक लिखी है। बहुत इंस्पायरिंग बुक है। गुड विशेस फ्रॉम अस, मी राजेश खन्ना, टोटल खबरें दिल्ली। नमस्कार, टोटल खबरें में आपका स्वागत है। मैं आपका राजेश खन्ना। टुडे द वर्ल्ड बुक and again in the Hearts Bandwama, and many books have been launched. One of the books they are launched by the Vermilion Harvest by the ma'am, what's your name first?
Renita Malhotra Hora.
You have heard her name. What's your book name you have written, and how inspired you this book?
This is Vermilion Harvest, Playtime at the Bagh. It is a love story, an interfaith love story set against the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. और जलियांवाला बाग मैसेकर जो है बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण इवेंट है अपने इतिहास में. That happened approximately 100, more than 100 years ago at this point. And never has there ever been a love story or a fictional story set against this historical event. So that's what actually led me to write this book.
Have you visited the Jallianwala Bagh?
Yes.
How many times?
Oh my gosh, many times at this point. To do the research for this book, that was very challenging. And I had to do a deep study of the entire city of Amritsar, not just the Bagh, of course, Jallianwala Bagh, to understand, how the Bagh is structured, the entry, the exit, what was happening that day, or what the people were facing, but also in the 10, 20 days leading up to the massacre, where the British were stationed, where the police were, the banks were being looted, what was happening in the Hall Bazaar. Basically, in the entire city of Amritsar, how it was weaponized by the British Empire in order to control the Indians. And that was very important. So that took a lot of research and trips to Amritsar.
How many pages of this book? And if I say in one sentence, what would you say about this book?
This book is about 350 odd pages, or something like that. And in one sentence, if I had to say something about this book, I would say, read it, because then you will understand the plight of an Anglo-Indian school teacher who must race against time to prevent her Muslim lover from entering Jallianwala Bagh that day to participate in a meeting that General Dyer is planning to shut down through dire circumstances.
Ma'am, how many books have you written till today?
I've lost the exact number, but I think it's about 8 or 9 books in total. And I have a new book out just this week as well.
If the people want to buy this book, so from where from?
So this book is certainly available online through Amazon India. Maybe that's the easiest place, amazon.im. But it's also available at bookstores all over the country. It's in Crossword, it's in Kitab Khana, it's in, Bahari Sons, and just depending upon which city you live in, it'll be at your local book retailer. If for some reason it isn't, all you have to do is request it and your book retailer will order it from the publisher. If you prefer that it just comes directly to you, again, Amazon India.
Very good wishes from us, sir. This is a book very special about the subject of the Jallianwala Bagh. And ma'am have told you from where to buy book, and you take this book and buy and read what the inspiring about this book. Sri Rajesh Khanna, total